Hello, Stacy.
Hi, Cynthia.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. And hello to you all. Welcome to another episode of Exceptional Craft Corner. We are going to do something really fun today. I'm really excited to show you this. You see these guys standing here in front?
Oh, little ghosts.
Yes, we're going into the Halloween season and everyone likes to decorate, and these look a little complicated, but they really aren't. If you have a little patience to let them dry, they're really neat. So we're gonna make ghosts today. You ready?
I'm excited. Let's do it.
All right. So what you're gonna need is a bowl, of course, and some water, and some school glue, and a spoon to stir it. So what we're gonna use is cheesecloth. You can actually get this cheesecloth like at a Dollar General or even the grocery store or something in the where you get the cooking utensils and stuff. So we're going to use this cheesecloth. When you take it out of the package, it's going to come out in a long strip. So what you could do, Stacy, if you want, is cut off what you need. It's folded over in 2 layers, I believe. And so
Okay, so should I cut it here and then cut it lengthwise too?
you would just cut it this way, and then yes, you are gonna cut it at the fold.
Okay.
That way it makes, because you're gonna want it does the best to have 3 layers. So as you can see, it holds up very nicely. We're gonna be dipping it in glue with a little bit of water, just enough water to make it kind of liquidy, enough to where you can squeeze it out of the material, but yet still be thick enough so that when it dries, it makes it kind of stiff but yet flexible.
Sounds easy enough.
So,
Can I borrow your scissors? Looks like
yes.
they're like here.
Scissors hiding. There you go. And then I will start with this sheet. This is a double sheet. And I'm gonna just open it all the way up because it comes folded in half in the package. And then I'll cut mine and then cut one more. And while you're doing that, well, let's see. I think I'll just go ahead and cut another sheet for mine when you get done there. While you're doing that, I'm gonna pour some of this glue in the bowl. That's probably all I'm gonna need to make one. I'll show you how much I put in there. And so you have a cup of water over there, Stacy?
I sure do.
Something else that I have handy is some black material. You can use felt. You can actually probably use construction paper, but I think cloth actually works better to glue the eyes and the mouth on. But I won't be doing that right now because they're gonna be wet and they'll need to dry. These guys, I made them yesterday evening and they are fully dry. So you're gonna need at least overnight, maybe just a few more hours, maybe 10, 12 hours to dry.
Sorry, I'm struggling with my cutting.
Let me hold this down here.
Yes.
Sometimes it helps to help someone.
And when you guys use your scissors, make sure you have adult supervision, and having an extra set of hands from the grown-ups may be helpful
Yes.
too.
Doing crafts like this is a really good idea to do as a family. It can be so fun. You get the family around the table and talk and communicate and show each other what you do with your craft and put your personality into it. It can be really fun. Okay, so I've got 2 sheets. I'm gonna need 1 more sheet. If you want some glue, and then you'll need to add water to yours, and I'll need to add water to mine. Do you all have special plans for Halloween? You out there watching, what kind of things are you doing? Are you going trick-or-treating? Are you gonna dress up like anything?
Yes, we'd love to see your costumes if you're gonna dress up.
Yes.
So always excited to see what everybody comes up with. I think I might have put too much water in that. So
If you got too much water, you can share some with me.
Should always add more glue, I guess.
Or you can add more glue. Okay, I've got my 3 sheets. So I like these tall ghosts, but I also like the little short one. What I did with this one, the purple's my favorite color. So I used, while it was still wet, hanging over the cup, I went ahead and went around it with one of these little tubes of acrylic paint. I just squeezed out a little in my fingers and just kind of went around and spread it around the bottom of it. You could experiment. I don't know if maybe it would work to put a little of the paint color in your glue with water, so that when you dip it, the whole thing would be a different color. I don't know, maybe I might try that this time, Stacy.
You could try some things out with it once it dries.
Yeah. I might just go ahead and put a little of this paint. Like I said, I like purple. I'm going to put a little dab of purple paint in my glue.
Okay.
And you never know, experiment when you make crafts, because you may come up with something nobody else ever thought of. And we would love to see what you make and how it turns out. And so in the comment section of this video, if you will look and see how to contact us, we would love to see pictures of what you make. It doesn't even have to be these crafts that we do with you. We'd love to see maybe your costume, whatever you'd like to show us. We would be so excited to see that. Ooh, I've got kind of like a light purple glue.
That'd be neat.
So if you can see, it's the consistency is still a little thick, but it looks like I will still be able to squeeze it out. Now here's how you prepare the cup. So if you have a cup, whatever size you're making your ghost, you're gonna wanna take some foil. So you'll need some foil and you're gonna need some plastic wrap. So the plastic wrap is very necessary. It looks like you're all set and ready to go over there, Stacy.
Yep, I'm gonna use a paper cup with a little foam ball that I had and some plastic wrap.
So the ball on top, the rounded top, is to kind of make the head of the ghost rounded and not squared off on the top. So I had some plastic ready to go. So I'm gonna drape that over the top first. Then, one at a time, because I don't need this spoon anymore.
Oh, and also it's probably a good idea to have something sitting under where you're going to set your ghost to dry, because the glue can end up on the table.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that, Stacy. So let's move these guys aside. And we'll put this right here to set our ghosts on, because they are sticky and messy, and you don't want that glue to drip on your table or on your floor. Okay. Move this back here. All right, here comes the fun part, the messy part. You want to dip it in there, and you don't have to cover necessarily the whole thing, but just enough where you can either squeeze it out this way, which I didn't try it this way last time. I just kind of squeezed it in my hand.
I've got a gloopy mess. Better squeeze that out.
But as you can see, mine's kind of lavender looking.
It's gonna be neat.
I think it will be. All right, and then it actually comes apart pretty easy. I'll have to tell you, We experimented a little bit yesterday using napkins, didn't we, Stacy?
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting.
We learned some valuable things. If you're
Yes.
going to use napkins, definitely make sure you leave both layers of the napkins together. But you can use all the different design napkins. That turned out pretty neat.
Uh-huh.
But do not try to stick it onto a paper cup without any plastic wrap on it, or it's going to glue to the cup.
So when you put your first one over the top, you're gonna wanna kind of stretch it out just a little bit. If it touches down on your cookie sheet or your tray, whatever you're using, that's good. Because when it dries, it will give a little bit of stability to it. That's what it will stand on when you take it out. And it will just dry kind of stiff like that. So this one is actually standing on the part that's extra. Okay, so then you take your next layer and you do the same thing. Dip it in your glue and water mixture.
What other colors of paint do you have over there?
I have all kinds of different colors here, Stacy.
Let's see.
And you're welcome to use my lavender also. So,
I'm gonna make a silver. I'm gonna put a little silver in mine for the top
Ooh.
2 layers. Let's see what happens.
that's a good idea. You know, and I'd even wonder, I love using glitter. Some people hate glitter, but it can be messy. But while it's wet and you drape it over the top layer, the last layer, I wonder if it would even be neat to sprinkle glitter.
Do you have a spoon?
I do.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay, I'm putting on my second layer. It doesn't have to have a lot of glue on it, but you want it to at least have enough, but yet see through it. And it can be tricky to peel it all away from itself. And when you drape it over the cup, you kind of want to stagger them so the points are in between, layer them so it covers all the way around.
So if you put it long ways where your longer section's in the front and the back,
Yeah.
then the next time you put the longer section on the left and the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. Or like I'm gonna do it opposite of the way I did the first one. So it kind of fills in and it gives it that layery look. Lots of layers.
I'm gonna leave that kind of street. Let's see what happens.
So I'm gonna kind of spin it around and situate the second layer. And so when I put the third layer on, I can kind of see that I'm gonna want the corners maybe to fall in these empty spots if I can manage that. Okay, I'm gonna do my third layer. So what color are you making yours?
Well, I put the lighter silver in, but it didn't seem to really show up much.
Didn't
So
show,
then I
huh?
put the gunmetal darker silver gray color
Huh.
in here. We'll see what happens. Doesn't seem to be
You could probably even mix
making
the
a difference,
colors.
but it might show up better once it's dry. I don't know. It's kind of swirly in there, so
Uh-huh.
it may just end up looking like a dirty ghost who's been on a lot of adventures. I don't know.
Well, you know, that would look ghostly, I think.
That's true.
Like it could have been in a dusty building or something.
That's right. It's been around for a while.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So here's my last layer. Now the little tea lights that you see here, I got those. They're battery operated and so easy to use. You just take them out of the package and you pull a little tab and turn them on, and they just look so cute under these little ghosts. You kids could make these for your mom. I'm sure she would love to have these little ghosts as Halloween decoration or fall decoration on your table.
Yeah, and you could even make a family.
Yes, make all different sizes.
Yeah.
Make a little family.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stagger this one again where the points come down and cover the empty spots. They don't have to be perfect. Again, like we've said before, that's the nice thing about doing crafts. You don't have to do it perfectly because that makes them all individually unique.
Got sidetracked by playing with paint. I'm just now doing my third.
So I'll probably wait till tomorrow when this is all dry, and I'll pull the cup out of it and the plastic and the little styrofoam ball. Or actually I used foil. I just took foil and rolled it up in a rounded shape on the top. It's kind of like a half circle. And I'll take that all out of there, and then it should be dry and stand up like this one. And then cut out eyes and a mouth. And then these little tea lights underneath look so neat. And then, of course, this one, I did the purple all the way around the bottom of it. But you know, experiment, try different things. We would love to see it.
You could even paint it on there and let the color kind of run through if it works that way, and make like a tie-dye type of
Oh, yeah. Very good. I like yours, Stacy. Yours is just really like draped across the table.
Should
That's
stand
like
up pretty good.
flowy look.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it'll stand up. Okay.
Oh, this was fun. We're gonna have us a nice collection of ghosts. Well, we got some cleaning up to do.
We definitely do. Oh, did we explain how to do our little eyes and mouth?
Well, I mentioned to use some black cloth. I brought black cloth, and I just cut out, as you can see, depending on the size of your ghost, small little eyes, and then maybe just round eyes, and it looks more ghostly, I think, if you have like a oblong mouth, but whatever size. And then you just, once it's dry, then you just put a little regular glue on the back of it, school glue, and glue them on.
Okay, easy enough. I think I might make a little hair bow for mine too.
Oh, I can't wait. That'd be cute. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, making Halloween ghosts.
We'll
And
see you
have
next
more to
week.
come. See you next week.